Hello, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Queen Banks. Hope everyone had a good week, a productive week. Y'all not gonna believe what just happened. I legit was talking for about 20 minutes and my camera just cut off. I'm so sorry. So now I gotta start from the beginning. Hope everybody had a productive week and a good week. It's almost the end. This is Friday Eve. Let's talk about the inauguration just for a little teeny bit. I enjoyed it. Yesterday was the first time I've ever tuned into an inauguration ceremony. I didn't catch it from the beginning, but I did catch I caught Joseph Biden's speech. And when I tell you that thing touched me so, it ran through me. I shedded a tear or two. It was so heartfelt. And just with that being said, I do believe that there is a change coming. There's a change coming for our country. There's a change coming for me and my family. I believe God does everything for a reason. He wants our attention. He definitely got it during the pandemic season. He definitely got it while Trump was in office. So I believe, I'm hoping for the best. I'm not, no, let me correct that. I'm not hoping for the best. I'm actually praying for the best because God does all things well. And all we have to do is just believe. And once you have a little teeny bit of faith, the size of a mustard seed, we can go so far. So I believe that God is turning this country around. He's also turning me and my family around, along with you all out there, family, friends, foes, even your enemies. Your enemies are being changed. They're being turned around. They're coming to you for help. They're coming to you for assistance. They're even coming to you for love and encouragement. So be careful how you treat people. I went to prayer on Monday night, and the prophet said, be careful who you dismiss. You have to be careful who you dismiss because you never know what's going to happen. That person can have your name in their mouth and they could take you all the way up to the top. So just be careful. I just wanted to speak on that for a little bit today. Today, I would like to talk about self-love. I want to talk about self-love because that's something that's like so dear to my heart. Like I even get so emotional when I talk about it because it means so much to me. Y'all hear my India Ari in the background? If don't nobody love they self, child, India love herself. Okay, she's my encouragement right there. I love all of her music. So I'm gonna turn her off so we can go ahead and get into it. All right, so I want to talk about self-love today. So yesterday I had the opportunity to sit with my daughters and we chit-chat. We chit-chat like a lot, like they're my best friends. So we were sitting next to each other last night watching TV and we just started talking about, the characteristics of people and conversation and, love and self-esteem and, handling certain types of situations and things like that. So I just said, you know what? I think I want to talk about self-love tomorrow. So that's what we're doing. So self-love is something that cannot ever be taken away from you. Self-love is confident. It's not boasty. It's not cocky, but it's very confident. I remember when I was a late teenager, 18 and 19, and going up even until today at my age of 40. I wanted to do so many different things. I wanted to be a hairstylist because my mom was a licensed beautician and she was wonderful at it. She worked at so many hair salons. She was a manager. She did so much as a licensed beautician. So because she did that, I was under her wing from the age of 12 years old. I used to be her shampoo girl. And then after her shampoo girl, then she also worked in unisex salons. And by her working in unisex salons, then I became shampoo girl for the barbershop guys. So I decided I wanted to do hair, and then I decided I wanted to do nails, and then I decided I wanted to do makeup, and then I decided to open up a page on Facebook and Instagram. Be comfortable, with your sexuality. That's not the accurate name of the page, but it's somewhere in between there. But I started that page. It was a lesbian and bisexual page on Facebook and Instagram. I started that page because I don't know if you all know, but I was in a lesbian relationship about 6 or 7 years ago with a young lady. Um, so that allowed me to be open minded to a lot of different things. So I did that. Those four projects, they all failed. And I'm okay with that because that is what's going to build my confidence. So I started with the makeup thing. I wanted to be a makeup artist because I love to do makeup, right? I do my eyebrows, right? So I do my eyebrows. I don't have no lashes on today, but I do my eyebrows and do, I think I did foundation and contouring and all of that on myself maybe twice because I really don't need that because, my skin already has pigment. That's a different topic. But anyway, because I did my own makeup, I thought that I could do everybody else's. Never do that. Never think because you're great at doing something on you, don't think that you can do it on other people. That was my downfall and my mistake. So I started reaching out to different makeup artists that are really big out here and, hoping that I can find a mentor. Hoping that because they were my mentor, they would then allow me to work with them. But instead of them doing that, they were so full of themselves. Oh, I don't know you. I don't know what your work look like. I'm not just going to hire anybody, sweetheart. If you ever want to piss me off, call me a pet name. I do not like honey. I don't like sweetheart. I don't like cupcake. I don't like that extraness. Now, I may call you boo or baby, but that's because I get that from my mom. But the sweetheart and the honeys, I don't know why that bothers me so, but that grinds every piece of gear that I have in me. But anyway, instead of the makeup artist saying, okay, well, sure, I can be your mentor, even charge me. That's fine because that's to be expected because this is your business. I don't expect anybody to do anything for free. So instead of them saying, oh, okay, I'll be your mentor, I'm going to get you lined up with some classes and maybe you can start learning and, getting some experience. And while you're getting experience, you can follow me along the way. And then we can start, getting you, to do some makeup on, some of our clients or whatever. Never got that opportunity. I just got shut down. As soon as I started, I got shut down. But that didn't stop me. It just built my confidence up more. I got in contact with a fashion stylist. She works with models. I don't know if she's still doing that today, but we're still friends on Instagram. And I thank God for her because she started me out, with coming out with everything that I wanted to do and believing in myself. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. So I got in contact with her. She didn't know me from a can of paint. She took my word for it. Oh, you a makeup artist. Oh, okay. Come on, come work with us. I started going to her shows, watching her models practice and things like that. And she hired me. She hired me to do a show. The girls' makeup that I did, they were babies. They were from the ages of 7 to like 15 years old. Did their makeup. It was awesome. And I kept going with that. And then, there came a season where everything just stopped. Nobody was modeling, nobody was doing nothing, so that stopped. But let me take you back to my beginning of makeup. So, I have 3 supporters, my number 1 fans at the time. My mother, my father, and my ex-husband. My mom, she always praised my name. Always, always, always praised my name. God bless her heart. I miss her so much. My dad, my dad was the financial supporter along with my ex-husband. Anything I needed and wanted financially, my dad and my ex-husband, they always went out and they always purchased everything. Every time I wanted to start a new journey or a new project, those 3 were always there. They seen me fall. They seen me fall. They seen me cry. They seen me down myself and everything. So my aunt came over to my mom and my dad's apartment at the time. They were living in Philly in an apartment. I don't know if you remember, Aunt Trish, but if you're watching this video today, remember you came over my mom and dad's and you got your makeup done for the first time by me. I did their makeup. My mom always gonna let me do new stuff on her because she's just my mom. Like, she was my best friend. My aunt wasn't too sure if she was going to let me do it, but she let me apply the makeup to her, and I was watching tutorials, and I was learning, and I was getting it, y'all. I mean, when I beat my face, I beat my face, but I can only beat my face for me. I couldn't beat my face for nobody else. So call myself beating my mom's face and my aunt's face. Y'all, when I got done, I mean, I did the spray, I did the primer, I did the contouring, I did the foundation. I was lit, okay? So I thought. So I did their makeup, took their picture, posted it to Facebook. Now, for all you makeup artists out there, you guys know that you have to have a certain lighting. You can't just post any picture. If you want a perfect picture, you have to have the correct lighting. I didn't have none of that. I posted up their pictures. When I tell you they look like ghosts from Christmas past, it was so embarrassing. But I never deleted those pictures. I kept them up so it can remind me of where I came from. So every time the memories pop up on Facebook, I repost it just to remind myself how far I've come. I'm not embarrassed. I was in the beginning, but that built confidence in me. It made me wanted to say, oh, okay, well, that messed up. On to the next. And from there, that's when I started doing different things. From there, I think I went to the lesbian page and I opened up that page to Facebook and Instagram. Being in a relationship with a young lady for about 2.5 years, that allowed me to become open-minded to a lot of different things that's happening out here in the world today. I opened up that page and I got a lot of feedback. I had a lot of followers. We were conversing every day. I made sure I post every day. I made sure I was reaching out to all of my followers, if not every day, every other day. And then that turned into once a week. And so now I decided to have a gathering. I wanted to have a gathering at Dave & Buster's. That fell through. That gathering was supposed to happen back in April of 2020. Didn't happen because of the pandemic. So because that fell through, I never picked it back up. I think I got discouraged, but I still had people reaching out to me. And it's good. It's a good feeling. Like, I love when people can reach out to me and ask me questions and things like that. So that fell through. It's still building me up. It's still making me confident or whatever. And I still feel like I was missing something. It's like I need to do something, but I don't know what it is, right? So my ex-coworker, she's a really good friend of mine. She pushes me along the way. Actually, we push each other along the way. She's encouraging me and she's talking to me and she's like, oh, boo, don't give up. You the bomb. I love how you speak. You encourage people. You always speak in knowledge and you always, so honest about your life and your background and this, that, and the third. I'm like, yeah, I guess. So then she said, well, won't you start a YouTube page? Girl, I ain't starting no YouTube page, child. I'm not saying nothing different than ain't nobody else saying. What makes me special? So every day we talk on the phone. If we don't talk every day, we talk at least once or twice a week. It's a must. Like, that's my homie right there. She pushes me so hard. So, every time we talking on the phone, she's like, you think about your YouTube page yet? Did you think about it? Did you think about it? Now it's getting on my nerve, okay? So I have another friend, Mel. He's always as well a supporter and an encourager, and he's like, well, Thina, won't you start a YouTube page? And I'm like, so y'all just gonna be on the same type time? Okay, perfect. So I thought about it, I considered it, and here I am. The only difference between this project and the previous projects, I've always been an encourager, I've always been a talker, I've always been a writer. So maybe I might do that. But see, you have to go into it with thinking positive. You can't, I'm sorry, y'all, that's my boys in the background. Please do excuse me. You have to go into new things knowing that it may or it may not fail. So I went into this with the mindset that I'm sure nobody's going to subscribe. I'm sure nobody's going to, watch because I'm not saying nothing different. I don't have the music in the background. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not all, flamboyant. I'm not speaking proper. And, I don't live this crazy lifestyle where I'm out shopping every day, material things, and I'm not going on a trip. I'm not being flued out and all of that. So, I'm not the most popular woman out here. So nobody's really going to listen. But I'm going to try it and I'm going to see. So I tried it and I uploaded my first video and I got so much support just uploading my first video, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. So with that also, that builds confidence. It makes you want to go forth. And whether I have one viewer, two, 15, 20, 50, whatever, I feel good every time I open up my mouth and speak. It releases such an energy. This is my outlet. This is me. This is who I am. I love to talk. I have the gift of gab. I have the gift to speak. I have the gift to touch someone's heart. So this is me, this is my calling, and this is what I'm here to do. And I'm going to do it to the best of my ability and to God's ability. God is going to do whatever it is he has to do to get my attention and get me and my family to the top of that mountain. So that's all in confidence. With self-love, you have to have respect for yourself. I respect myself enough to know that when I walk out of this door, I must act accordingly. I can't be out here all cussing and acting a fool. And all right, so I smoke weed, right? I smoke weed. I used to smoke weed occasionally, but ever since my mom passed away, I smoke it more. Not heavy, but I do smoke a lot more than often. It relieves my anxiety. I'm not dependent on it. I'm not relying on it, but when I feel like I'm overwhelmed and my stomach is like the butterflies, then I may turn to it. I have discipline so I can stop whenever I want. Like right now, I haven't smoked in like a week or two because I pray whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed. I pray. I pray so much now. I've never prayed this much in my life. So I thank God for giving me the ability to actually fall on my knees and just cry out to him, Lord, help me, strengthen me. And he does that, but you have to believe that he's going to do that. So I smoke. That doesn't mean that I go out here and I'm just rolling up, walking down the street or driving my car. I'm rolling up and smoking. I'm rolling up and smoking. Have respect enough to do those things behind closed doors. Everybody not ready for that. Everybody don't need to see that. See, you can't push what you used to doing off on somebody else and then get mad when they don't accept it. Respect yourself enough to carry yourself in a manner how you were raised or taught. I wasn't raised to be boastful and flamboyant and this is what I do and I don't care, so what? If you don't like me, so be it. I used to be like that until I lived a little bit longer and I experienced different things. So everything that I do at home or everything that I do behind closed doors or with my family or with my girlfriends, that's not for everybody to see. That's for us to see. It's not saying that I'm putting on a facade when I step out. It's just that I have class and I have respect for myself. I'm not just going to go out to a meeting and, man, I need to smoke this L. Let me roll this up. No, sweetheart, it's a time and it's a place for everything. So respect yourself enough to only do what you were taught behind closed doors, and when you step outside of those closed doors, you handle yourself accordingly. Self-worth and respect, those are the two twins. I think they run together side by side. Self-worth to me is not settling. I'm not going to just settle for any relationship. I'm not just going to settle because, oh, this is how you are, or you talk rude, or, you disregard my feelings. That doesn't mean I have to deal with that. I have enough self-worth in me enough to walk away. That's how you want to act or treat people, then that's on you, but you're not going to put me into that mix. I'm not going to just settle for any job. I'm not just going to settle for just anything, even with conversation. Like, I'm not just going to sit here and listen to you demean my character and talk down to me. I'm not going to deal with that. My self-worth won't allow me to deal with that. Like right now, I'm still unemployed. This is my second week being unemployed. Do I want to take unemployment? Hell no. I feel like I'm a statistic. That's not a bad thing because there's people that really need it. Like myself, obviously, I need it right now. But I don't want to be that individual sitting home. Child, I'm just waiting for my check. I'm waiting for that money to hit my account. I don't want to be like that. I have to be up and moving, but I also have to realize that this time has been set aside for me to work on my goals, my book. and my YouTube. And that's what I've been doing. So I'm not, just because I'm unemployed and I'm receiving unemployment, that doesn't mean that I'm just going to settle for anything. You're not just going to call me, oh, hi, Lathina. This is Maria from such and such and such, and I did see your resume online, and I wanted to know if you were still interested in a position. If you are, let me know, and I can give you some information about our company. Okay, and they're talking and they're talking. Now, it's sounding good. Okay, well, what type of salary are you expecting? And I tell them the salary. Okay, well, unfortunately, we don't offer that. We're only going to offer you $15. Is that okay with you? No. The hell? First of all, you saw my resume. You have my resume. That's a huge, you have my application. I'm sorry, not my resume. You have my application. If I take that $15 an hour job, that's a huge pay cut that I'm taking. Why would I want to go backwards when God is intended for us all to go forwards? You know what, sweetheart? I'm not up there. We go with them pet names. I hate pet names with a passion, but sometimes it's a necessity. You know what, sweetheart? I'm not even going to waste your time. I'm not trying to, I can't afford that. I'm a 40-year-old woman with 6 kids living in a house. I got 2 grandkids. I have a car note. I have bills. I can't accept no $15 an hour job. So thank you for considering my application. I do appreciate it. But if I change my mind, I'll give you guys a call back. Click. That's self-worth. I'm not just going to settle. I'm not going to settle for, a man to say, oh, damn, you beautiful. Oh my God, your skin is so perfect. You're so confident, this, that, and the third. Just because you're telling me what I want to hear and what I need to hear, what I think I need to hear, that doesn't mean I'm just going to jump into your arms because you're telling me things that I've never heard before. So they think we never heard this shit before and we just going to fall into their arms. I have self-worth. I'm not just going to settle for that. I'm cool on that part, sir. I'm not just going to be your friend, your good girlfriend, and know that every time we get together, you always find a need to bring me down, or you always want to be the life of the party and push me to the background because you have insecurities about yourself. I'm not going to deal with that because I have self-worth. See, now what you need to do is you need to find your self-worth. And then when you find your self-worth, then you could come to me and then we can be friends. I'm not settling for that. I'm not dealing with that. Hence, why I have about maybe 3 friends, probably less than that, because I'm not just going to settle. I'm not cocky. I'm not boastful, but I'm not going to settle. And life experiences brought me to this level of self-love. All right. Knowing who you are and what you stand for is what matters. Whatever happened to you as a child does not define who you are today. Now let's talk about childhood. Now, as you know, I am working on writing a book. I get writer's block a lot. I get sidetracked a lot, but then I bring myself back and I start writing. So a lot of the information that I'm giving y'all, or a lot of things that I'm telling y'all, is going to be things that's going to be written in my book. This book is going to be so amazing. I can't wait to see what God is going to do. But I'm gonna touch a little bit on childhood. So whatever you went through as a child, that does not define your future and where you're going. As a child, nobody knows this. My kids know it. I think I told my ex-husband, I'm not too sure, but I know for a fact that my kids know it. I was molested when I was 9 years old by a 16-year-old boy. My mom don't even know it. I spared my mom's feelings from a lot of things because she could not handle it, right? So now that my mom is no longer here, she's here in spirit. I feel like now is the opportunity for me to start my book and start writing some things that I never told her, so that I can free my mind and I can free myself and I can live the productive life that God wants me to live. So I was molested at the age of 9 years old. We were out, me and my brother and our friends, we were playing a game, Catch a Girl, Get a Girl. I'm sure all you guys remember that. If you're my age, that was childhood back then. Those games and hopscotch and jump rope and hide and seek and all of that, those were the games that I grew up on. So we playing this game and, I could never run fast, and I was always a nervous type of child because of everything that I endured as a child growing up. So I was shy, I was scared, I was always nervous. I never liked to be around people because I was bullied as a child. So every time I came in contact with a group of people, I always shut myself out because I felt like they were going to talk about me and my skin color, because that's what I was used to as a child. I was bullied as a child, being dark skin. That's a different topic. But anyway, so I was molested by the boy. He asked me if I still wanted to play the game. And I'm like, yeah, I want to play. And he's like, okay, we'll come on in my house. I don't want to be too explicit with y'all because it's going to be in my book and I would like for you all to support. But I'm going to touch on it a little bit. So I went into the house and, some things happened to me as a 9-year-old that should never happen to any 9-year-old. So I experienced those things. And as I grew up into an adult, and I had my first kid when I was 20. Dimitri is now 21. I always often wonder, why was I always so overprotective of him? Even my other kids now, like, I'm so overprotective. My kids don't go over everybody's house. Well, they're older now, but when they were younger, they was never allowed to spend the night out. They didn't go over my family's house without me being there. They didn't. The only house that they went over without me and their father being there was my mom and dad. Those were the only two people that I completely trusted with my kids, all of them. They never slept out without me being there or their father. And I used to always wonder, like, why am I so damn overprotective and why am I always yelling? And don't talk about somebody bullying you. My kids come in, say somebody messing with them, I promise y'all, I see red. I see red. No, red actually means stop, but red for me means fire, like I'm boiling. But at this point, I should be saying I saw green because that means go. But green also means happy for me. I'm never happy in a moment where my child is telling me somebody is picking on them, because then that takes me back to when I was a child in elementary and middle school and being bullied and teased and touched and all of that stuff. So now I'm ready to be super mom. Okay? And I'm ready to kick somebody's ass for messing with my children. But this is why I was so overprotective, because of the things that happened to me as a child. That doesn't mark my journey for my future, though. That makes me such a strong individual, and it opens up my eyes. Excuse my language. It opens up my eyes to the bullshit and the fuckery. This is why I am that friend that when we go out or hang out, I'm that friend or that cousin. I'm that friend that I know how to turn up, but I also know when to turn up. I often go out and I'm always the person that don't get too turned up, but I do drink, but I like to watch. I need to see what's going on around me. I need to sit close to the door. I need to make sure whoever I'm with, I need to make sure they're okay. I'm that friend or that family member that will say, girl, go ahead and get fucked up. I got your back. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you, not while I'm here, because of the things that I've been through as a child. So I feel now that because of what I've been through as a child, that allowed me to become a protector. That also allowed me to become an encourager to people. This is why I like to write. I've been through so many and so much that, I'm willing to share my testimony, and it makes me stronger. That situation, being a child, what you've been through, that it can either make you or it can either break you. I choose for it not to break me. I choose for it to make me. And it's made me, those situations that I've been through, being physically, emotionally, mentally abused by not just the 16-year-old, but by my biological father, being verbally abused by the men I chose to have in my life. That allowed me to open up. Like, I don't want to hold that stuff in, because then you become bitter. So now I'm writing about it and I'm talking to you guys about it in hopes that you guys know that you're not the only one that's going through stuff, or you're not the only one that's been through some things. We can talk about it. We can sit cross our legs. We can smoke our hookah. We can drink our beverage. Whatever it is that you want to do, we can talk about it. But that's a part of self-love. And that, as a child, does not determine where I'm going as a future. In the future, I'm sorry. It made me strong. It made me wise. It made me a protector. And I feel good about that. I feel wonderful. When I walk out my door, I know that God has my best interests at heart, and I know I'm covered and I'm protected. And because I know I'm covered and protected, I know my family is covered and protected. So I'm cool. I'm good on that part. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on that part. Um Self-love is important when you have children. You have to, whatever values that you've been installed, whether it be your mom taught you, your dad taught you, your aunts, your grandpop, your grandmom, your godparents, or whoever, whatever has been installed into you, you have to be willing to instill that into your children. Especially, and I keep saying this, but it's so true, especially if you're raising girls. Girls watch everything you do, especially down on the internet. Everybody is busting it, doing the busting challenge. Everybody is getting their bodies done. And, it's a lot of makeup, and it's the wigs, and it's the weaves, and it's the this, it's the nails, it's the this, and it's the that. You have to. This is just the world that we live in today. Like, everything changes, everything is different. Nothing's wrong with that at all. But at the end of the day, when you come home and you strip yourself butt booty naked of all of those things, can you still love yourself? Like, can you still look in the mirror and be like, yo, I'm so flawed, but I look good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I make sure that I tell my daughters each and every day, you must love yourself. You must spend time with yourself. You must learn to date yourself. Write down all of your flaws and embrace those flaws. Whatever it is that you do or say and you don't like it, write it down and try to work toward making those things better. We have to learn how to encourage our children. We have to let them know that we are their number one supporters. We have to let them know that regardless of what road or path that they choose to go down, that we are their number one fans. We are their supporters. We are there unconditionally. God gave us a job. See, because these kids are not ours. They're his. He gave them to us to cover, to watch over for a little bit until he decides to take them home. So we have to encourage them. Boys, absolutely. Boys and their mothers are a different type of love. They are protectors. My son comes in the house, he's 21. As soon as he opened up the door, you good? Why you look like that? I'm fine. I wear my emotions on my face. So all my kids can tell when I'm sad, when I'm angry, when I'm mad, when I'm just, whatever it is that I'm feeling is on my face. So he opens up the door. He's like, you all right? Yeah, Rick. I mean, I'm calling him Rick. That's my brother name. Yeah, Meech, I'm fine. And then he'll reach over, he'll give me a hug, he'll give me a kiss on the cheek. They don't want to see their mothers cry. So it's our job also to instill in them how to love a woman unconditionally. When you walk into their house and you see that your woman is sad, don't disregard that. Oh, here she go again. She's sad again. Okay, so I'm your woman. I'm your mother. Try to find out what's going on with me. Let's sit and let's have a conversation. So that all comes with self-love. And even with dating with my daughters, like, they're at the age now where they have their little boyfriends and stuff like that. And we talk, even just last night, I was talking to my youngest daughter, about her little relationship or whatever. And although I may feel some type of way about a picture she showed me, I just get bad vibes on a picture. You got to chill as a parent, because if the kid know that you don't like that boyfriend or girlfriend, then they're going to gravitate to them more. So we have to come down on their level and we have to talk to them, instill some rules, instill self-worth, instill confidence, instill love for yourself. If you don't love yourself, then whoever you decide to get in a relationship is going to know that, and they're not going to love you either. So you have to have self-love for yourself. I wrote down some information And I just want to read it to you guys, and then I'm just going to end this session. Okay? This topic is so emotional for me because I promise you, I did not start loving myself until I got. No, I was going to say until I got to high school. That's not even accurate. I didn't start loving myself, and realizing who I was as an African American woman until maybe my late 30s. Just realizing what I'm not going to put up with dating. You know, we put up with some horrific things dating wise. And I dealt with so much, and my heart is so big, and I can take heartbreak over and over and over, and I will still bounce back, and I will still have unconditional love for the next person. When God gave love to me, when He instilled love in me, it's there. It's not going anywhere. As much as I want to turn it off and never turn it back on, somehow it always get turned back on. So that's what I'm here for, to love people. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to do. But my past relationships has taught me how to really find who I am, taught me how to love myself. It taught me how to love me more than I love the person that I choose to be in a relationship with. Past relationships, I put them first, and I put me last. And by me putting them first, leaves me here, single, which is fine. I'm comfortable with being single until that right person walks into my life and gives me exactly what it is that I need for a companion. I'm comfortable with being single. It took me a long time to get to this spot of comfortability with just being by myself. Being by myself allows me to think about my goals and know what it is where I want to be as I get older. So I'm fine with that. I love myself more than anything in this world. And because I love myself and put myself first, that follows up. Now I can take care of my kids properly. Now they are in a healthy household. Now I can actually genuinely smile because I released all of the hurt and I released all of the pain. Not saying that hurt and pain ain't going to come again, because it definitely will, because I'm human and that's just what it is. I'm open to it. I'm not closed-minded to it. Do I want to date again? Honestly, I don't, because everybody is not on the same time that I'm on. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not going out looking for it. So self-love is important. You have to instill self-love not only in you, but into your children as well. So I'm going to read this really quick. I already stated, whatever happened to you as a child or in the past does not define who you are today. Even what you've been through yesterday doesn't define who you are as an individual. We go through things so that we are able to grow from it. That doesn't mean forget where you come from. It simply means the mistakes that were made, pick yourself up, dust off, and love yourself enough to start over. Once you discover the self-love, you won't tolerate folk treating you any kind of way. Self-love will allow you to remove yourself from unsafe situations such as families, relationships, friends, or foe. Self-love will humble you and ensure you that you will not settle for nothing but the best. Self-love will also allow you to make mistakes, own those mistakes, but never go back down that road again. Self-love will allow you to love on others just as you love on yourself. Self-love is a powerful, powerful gift from God. Please love on yourself, y'all. Please spend time with yourself. Pamper yourself. Talk to, it's nothing wrong. I hear people saying all the time, you could talk to yourself, but just don't answer yourself, because then I might sign you over and get you 302. That ain't true. I answer myself all the time. I am my best company. Between me and God, child, me and God busted up all the time with our cup of coffee. I talk to myself and I answer myself, and I'm perfectly comfortable with that. So don't let nobody tell you otherwise. So yeah, take yourself out on a date. Buy yourself some roses. I hate flowers, but I love roses. Buy yourself some roses. Buy yourself some chocolates. Go get your feet done. Get your nose done. Go to that spa. Get your hair done. Get your makeup done. Whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better about you, do that. But don't spend too much time on the outward appearance. Work on the mental because it starts there. It starts